Hi, it's Sunsoul Virgo here. How you doing? Welcome to my channel and welcome to your Pick a Card reading. For what does my next partner look like? What are the characteristics of their personality? What are they going through right now? And what is stopping them from approaching you? If you are new to Pick a Card style reading, I'll just give you a brief rundown of how they work. Firstly, take a look at the piles. Take a moment to listen to your intuition. Which one are you instinctively drawn to? You may be drawn to more than one, which is fine. There may be more than one message for you. However, be wary of picking too many, as the messages will end up confusing. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Feel free to pause the video whilst you take some deep breaths, meditate, clear your mind, go with your first instincts, ground yourself. Okay, now you have chosen your pile, you can go to the description box below and skip on ahead to receive your reading. Okay, pile number 1. Let's do your reading for what does your next partner look like? What are the characteristics that build up their personality? What do they do? And what's stopping them from reaching out to you? Okay, so first we have the star ancestor. Follow the voice from within your soul. Or I think it just says, follow the voice of your soul. I'm great trying to read upside down, aren't I? Okay. We then have the hangman. 8 of Wands in reverse as well. 5 of Pentacles. The hermit. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Meant to go there. Okay, truth. Emotional withdrawal. Love begins. The base chakra. And the temptation card. So what I'm getting here about how they look is that they have light brown hair. Maybe blonde, but definitely light, maybe sun-kissed kind of hair. They're slim and toned. Definitely on the sort of slimmer, more toned side. So initially what I'm getting here is that physically they are sort of quite slim, toned. They have light brown to blondish type of hair, maybe some sort of sun-kissed highlights going on there. And they've got gentle wave to their hair. I get the sense that they like to wear red and blue, or one or the other. They're definitely a very bright and charismatic type of person. They draw people in. They could be a single parent. And just remember, this reading isn't gender specific, so don't get hung up on the details of their sex, because you'll know, obviously, if you're watching this, what sex you are attracted to and who your next partner will be. Maybe you don't know, it could be ambiguous about that. Who knows? Who even cares? Your choice, pile number 1. But they could be a single parent. Either they're a single parent or they are carrying other family members. Maybe they're caring for other family members financially. Physically, there could be somebody that's, somebody older within the family, a grandparent or a parent that they're looking after. But they're definitely somebody they have responsibilities. They have a responsibility to take care of somebody. Even though I think they have a lot of charisma, but even though they have that charisma and they're quite a people person really, but I think they're quite shy, quite introverted. At the moment, they're either avoiding social situations or that's just their vibe in general. They're not sort of a social butterfly, so to speak. They would rather spend time at home on their own, sometimes too much time. Like they just go into like a little cave and they hibernate and they're not willing to sort of open up or take a leap of faith. I mean, they're moving at this time very, very slowly. There's no forward movement in their actions, certainly towards you or to anybody is what I'm seeing here. They could be struggling with addictions, obsessions. This could be addictions to people, addictions to substances, addictions to work, even being addicted to their own company and not branching out and being with other people. They are definitely withdrawn emotionally at this time. But they are fixated on something or someone. They're definitely feeling insecure and fearful. Like maybe they even feel like they've been left on the shelf. Maybe they feel like they've got low self-esteem and that nobody would actually want them. They don't value themselves enough to be in a place where they believe anyone else could value them. But with the Hangman in reverse, they are not necessarily learning their lessons at this time. They're repeating these bad habits, maybe a bad habit of bad relationships. They may be attracted to drama or toxic type of relationships. But this looks to be turning around, making a bit of a U-turn. I think there's definitely these up and down points with them. One minute they're feeling on top of the world and that they're in control of everything, they're in control of their addictions, they're in control of their behaviors, and then it dips, and then it goes up, and then it goes down. Like the Wheel of Fortune, what goes up must come down, and vice versa. So I think there is something that they're struggling with very intensely, and they're just taking themselves away. They're locking themselves away, and they're not willing to open up to anybody at this time. So that would be why you haven't heard from them, because, you know, they're not in a good place, pile number one. They're in denial. They're stubborn. They're not really willing to see the light at this time. They could be caught up in this cycle with somebody else. This could be you. You may know if this is, well, you will know if this is you, because you'll know this person immediately. If this is a past partner or relationship that you've now split from. So whether or not you know this person or not, you need to give them time and space, because they need to figure their own shit out, and they need to get up out of their cave and actually take some action, take a leap of faith, because I feel they're in a very, very negative space at this time. They're just not willing to acknowledge the real core issues. If they do, love will begin for them with you. But it's going to take some time. I'm not seeing this moving very quickly whatsoever. But we do have the Wheel of Fortune. So to me, there looks to be a turnaround. There will be a turnaround in events, but it's not going to be for a few months, maybe even years. I wouldn't like to say years, but, you know, I've just got to read what it tells me. But this could be even 3 months, 3 years, 3/4 of a year. It's certainly, it could be weeks, it could be 3 weeks. But with all this stuff that's going on with them, the 3 weeks isn't going to cure anything. It takes months and months of soul searching, unless they've already been on that path of soul searching and they're finally at a place where they've got 3 weeks left to go. No, but I don't believe that anyone can be sort of finalized in their state of happiness, because happiness is in the moment. It's not something you can chase and attain. But peacefulness, it's the same. If you can be at peace in your mind, you'll always be at peace, regardless of what's going on around you externally. I'm saying it's going to be a little while yet. And so you can use this time, pile number one, to work on what you need to work on. Because you also don't want to accept somebody that is in this state back into your life or into your life as a new person, because you could also be this could be very much you. This could be a mirror for you. You might be looking at this and listening to this and thinking, wow, this sounds very much like me. And it very well could be. Because two people that come together in a toxic relationship, you know, we've got one of you or both of you could be codependent. And you tend to have a lot of the same qualities, or you tend to start mirroring each other in your insecurities. So it might be a time for you to sit back and reflect and just be wary. Make sure that you are not attracting or you can't necessarily help who you attract. If you put out the right vibrations, you will attract a better quality, I don't want to say better quality of person, but better suits for you, so you can have a nice healthy relationship, and the same for them. So this means either you both need to work on these issues separately, and then when you've worked through these things, you can come together when the timing is right, or this is a warning that you need to be careful about who you accept into your life. Make sure that you are not repeating the same patterns, the same bad habits, same bad relationship patterns. Don't be with somebody just for the sake of being with somebody, because you can't be on your own. You can be on your own. It's important to spend some time on your own as well. It could also, again, be in the flip reverse. You could be hibernating a little bit too much and not willing to open up. I'm saying that, but you know what? I'm not going to try and appeal to the masses here. I'm sticking with the message that I've just given you. Okay, so that's all I have for you today, pile number 1. Thank you so much for watching and taking part in this pick a card reading today. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to my channel, or do all of the above. No, but I would love to hear if it did resonate with you. Please just leave me a little comment or a like that just lets me know that it's all good to go, and then I'll just keep on going. Thank you so much, pile number 1, and you take care. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile number 2, let's get your reading. So we have Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. Page of Pentacles, King of Wands, Four of Swords in reverse, the Death card, and the Five of Wands. Please don't freak out yet. We'll get there. Okay, Balance, Shadow, Rejoice in Celebration, Heartache and Loss, and the Throat Chakra card. Okay, so immediately what I'm seeing here is that your person has dark hair. That's an absolute. I mean, the swords can represent dark hair, but we also have, on the Angels and Ancestors card, we've got long, thick, dark hair. We've got dark hair there. So they've definitely got long or very thick dark hair, and I think it's quite straight. Maybe it's got a little wave to it, but it's not technically curly. I think they're young, maybe younger than you. And with a medium type of build, they look after themselves. They're toned, they may go to the gym, they're quite active usually, but I will talk about obviously the situation that's going on here for them. I get a sense that they're quite tall as well. I think they're going to be tall, and certainly taller than you, pile number 2. They're a very grounded type of person. Grounded, loyal, and faithful is what I'm seeing here. But let's get to this. Okay. They are dealing with a loss at this time. It doesn't have to be a physical death of any kind, but they are certainly dealing with a very, very big loss in some way. With the Four of Swords in reverse, the Death, the Five of Wands, heartache and loss. There's been a huge shake-up, and they have lost something. They are overcoming a huge, huge struggle right now. This could be the death of a relationship. They could be in the midst of breaking up with somebody, or going through a breakup with someone else at this time. It could be the death of a way of life. A transformation of some kind has taken place and is taking place with them at this time, pile number 2. They're struggling to find balance in their life. They're struggling with a communication. I'm definitely getting a blue sense here from them. So this could be they like the colour blue, or they could have a blue car, or they feel very, very blue inside, or could be all of the above. But there's a lot of blue I'm seeing, and gold actually, blue and gold. At the moment, they are not, there is no way in hell that they're moving forwards towards you. Not at this time, because they're going through too much heartbreak, too much. It is too much for them. They're taking a back seat at this time. They're trying to recover from something. And I don't think you're seeing eye to eye here. You either don't know that they're going through this, You could already know them. This could be a past partner that you have split from. And you may not be realizing how sad they are about that situation. They could be in a real deep state of depression. They could be ignoring you. There's lack of communication. There's definitely lack of communication between the two of you. So whether this is somebody from the past or this is somebody new, there is nothing at this time going on between you. Definitely because they are not in the right place. They are certainly not in the right place, and they've got to get through whatever this heartbreak or heartache is. But I do see that they're either starting to move on from this, or they are about to. They are about to start making some positive steps and moving on. They've taken a lot of time to grieve this situation or this person, whatever it might be. They have taken the time to grieve, reflect, taking a back seat. So you need to be patient with them. I think this person knows that because they're such a loyal, faithful person, they want to give the relationship their all. If they're going to get into a relationship with you, they want to give it everything. They don't want to do things half-assed. They want this to be a happy union between the two of you. And I think they're smart enough to realize that in the place that they're in right now, it's not healthy, and it's, they have nothing to give right now. They haven't got anything to give. But I think when they've moved through this transitional period, they'll almost revert back to themselves with this expansion and growth which comes from loss and grief, as long as you take the time to reflect. And I think that they have. I think that they are seeing things now, and I think they are taking the steps to move on. There's definitely a promising future on the horizon for the two of you, but you need to be absolutely patient with them. If you already know them, just be compassionate if you are in communication. I'm not seeing the communication, but if you are, just be compassionate, be kind, give them time, because you may have no idea what they're truly going through. But at some point, you two will come together in union, and you will rejoice and be together. Usually they're a very optimistic person. They're adventurous. They're always full of new ideas. And I think you two will really connect in that way. Ultimately, though, you need to be just patient. Give them time, give them space. You can take the time to work on yourself in whatever way that might be. That could be physically, mentally, or emotionally. Just maybe preparing yourself. Timing is at work here. Divine timing. So let the universe bring you together when it's the right time. But use your time wisely. Don't just sit around and wait. And you should never just go from a reading and go, right, okay, so they're coming, so I'm not going to do anything. No, that's not how it works. You still need to go about and live your life just as you are, maybe making more steps in a positive way. But don't just think, oh, I can just sit around and wait and they'll just come knocking. No, it doesn't work like that. You still need to just carry on living your life, doing whatever it is you usually do, but making positive changes. Remembering this in the back of your mind somewhere, because when you meet them, you'll know, and all of these qualities will embody them, and you'll be like, oh yeah, Sun Virgo was right. I just said my own name wrong. Soul Sun Virgo was right. Yeah, so don't just sit idly by. Live your life, carry on, maybe go out with some friends, socialize. That could be a time when you two end up coming together in serendipity. All I'm getting is just give it time. Give it time, pile number 2. Give it time. Okay, so that's all I have for you, pile number 2. Thank you so much for watching and taking part in this pick a pile reading. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, share, or subscribe to my channel. I love you all. Take care. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile number 3, here is your reading for what does my next partner look like? What are the characteristics like? What is their personality like? So we've got Shaman, trust in higher forces, and then we have Traveler, move in a new direction. Sun in reverse. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. 5 of Swords. 10 of Wands in reverse. 8 of Cups. Positive movement forwards. Awareness. triumphant success, triumph, third eye chakra. Do you know what is really, really weird? I will say that for each one of these readings, maybe bar one, almost all of the chakra cards have come out in almost this exact position, telling me something about their colour schemes maybe. So I don't know, I just love it. Never fails to amaze me. So what I'm getting here is that your person is quite mature. A little bit older than you, but not by much. I feel like you're roughly the same age, but they could have, 2 to 5 years on you maybe, bar number 3. I see that they have brown or red hair, or kind of a browny reddish tint to their hair. I'm getting dark eyes. I'm getting dark eyes with them, which is quite unusual with, especially if they have red hair, that'd be very, very unusual. But they certainly have, even if they have, say, green eyes or blue eyes, they're quite a dark colour. I think they like the colour purple, either the colour purple, red or green. They could have a purple, red or green car. Remember, this isn't gender specific also, so don't get hung up on the details of the sexes. But they could like any of those colours in their home. They could have a green couch or red carpet. I don't know. That's just what I'm getting. Pink as well. But they are highly intuitive and they're an excellent manifester. They get everything they want because they've got a very positive mindset. They've got a really colourful personality is what I'm getting. I think that they're funny. I think they make you laugh, or they will make you laugh if you haven't met them already. They're full of stories. They've done a lot. They've travelled. They've had a lot of experiences. They're definitely somebody who sees the bigger picture in things. They're an explorer. They're a person that likes to try new things. They're not a person that says no. They're a person that says yes, and then they'll figure out how to do it later. That's definitely them. They're very strong-willed and fierce. Like, they go after what they want. Sometimes maybe to their detriment. They could sometimes be a bit ruthless, not caring too much about other people's feelings, treading on toes to get what they want. They're not going through the best of times at the moment with the sun in reverse. That just shows there's maybe something negative has maybe happened within their life, or they're going through a bit of a negative spell in their mind. But they're not seeing the sunny side of things. I think they're seeing the negative. And they needed to lighten the load. They've been carrying a lot on their shoulders, physically or mentally. They could be with somebody else and now they're moving on, or they're ready to move on emotionally from them. This is definitely the card of moving on. So they're ready to take a step, lighten the load, move on to a positive movement forwards. And they will be successful in that. So I think they're coming for you. This could be a third party situation. You could be dealing with somebody. I feel like you already know this person. I feel like you already know them. Either you've been with them, you've been together as a couple in the past, or you know them quite well, quite personally, maybe at work, maybe in your friendship groups, or I don't know, but it's like you know them, you have history together. And I think that there could have been a third party involved here, but they're ready to take a step and move forwards towards you. And it's coming quickly. It's coming very, very quickly is what I see here. They're a person of action, and I think that that's kind of thrown them for a bit of a loop, because sometimes it's important to step back as well and assess. But I think they've done all they can do regarding that, and they're taking action. They've been truthful in some way, and they've made a mental change either within themselves or within a current situation. And it's like they feel something's been lifted from their shoulders, figuratively, or, well, no, of course figuratively, not literally. They have really lightened the load. They've made some serious cutbacks, and they cutthroat is what I'm getting as well. I think they're quite cutthroat. They're to the point. They're honest. They no holds barred with them. They have no filter. They just say what it is they want to say, whether you like it or not. And I think that you like that quality, that very, very strong masculine quality. Doesn't have to again be a man. It could be a woman that shows this masculine strength, physically, mentally, emotionally. This person could be a master manipulator, as they're so aware, and they're aware of their own intelligence. They could be a little bit arrogant about that, but I think they're aware that they are able to control things, able to control people sometimes, and that's where that sort of ruthless vibe is coming from, maybe. So be careful with this person, especially if this was a third-party situation and they've ended it with somebody else and they're coming back to you. Be very careful, because they could do the same thing to you. When they're that cutthroat, you may love that quality about them, but you also may hate that quality about them. They might say things that are quite hurtful at times, and you have to be strong enough to deal with that. And you're going to have to deal with it one way or the other, because they're coming for you. So whether it's up to you whether you accept them or not. But this is a reading for your next partner. So, it looks to me like you're going to accept it, but you just need to be aware. Be aware that they're very clever. They're good with their words, sometimes too good with their words, and that they can quite easily lighten the load emotionally in some way. So just be mindful. But I think you could really have a happy union together when you're going into this with your eyes open. You're fully aware, and that's a good thing when people have no filter. At least you always know where you stand with them. You never have to worry about illusions with them, or what they might think and what did they mean by that, because they'll tell you straight up. They'll be straight up with you, so you will always know where you stand with them, which is an amazingly positive thing. And you may embody some of these qualities yourself, which is what attracts you to them. You could be the complete opposite, because what you want in a partner, you also want in yourself. So you'll know either way. Okay, so thank you so much for watching pile number 3 and taking part in this pick a card reading today. If you enjoyed, please feel free to give me a like, comment, or share or subscribe to my channel. All support is very much appreciated and welcome. You take care now. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile number 4, here is your reading. So what does your partner look like? And what characteristics do they embody? What's going on with them also? So we have Elder and Druid. And I swear I can't even make this shit up, okay? We then have the 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, the Moon in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse. I feel like this person's already offered you something and you've rejected it. Trapped in fear, the waiting game, patience, hope, and accelerated motion. So this person, to me, and it looks fairly obvious, I'm sure it does to you also, that this person is certainly older than you, much older than you. They could have white or very, very blonde hair. They're definitely greying in the hair, so it doesn't mean that they're an old person. You can go grey at bloody 17. I've got the odd grey hair and I'm only 30, so it doesn't necessarily matter, but they are definitely older than you, and it's almost like they're aging with the hair. And I'm definitely, if this is a man, a beard. The fact that these two both came out, I mean, my God. Beard. And then look, even in the 10 of Pentacles here, I mean, what does that even say? It's crazy. I'm just seeing a lot of white, so I feel like they're definitely going white within the hair. I think that they are slim in their face and slim in their body, and they're either short to medium type of height. They're a person who is financially secure, maybe a bit affluent, but they're certainly traditional and conventional with their in their values and their morals. I think they're at a time where they are just very happy and content with life in most avenues. And they've got a lot of wisdom. They are very, very wise. They've had lots of life experience. They may not actually be older, but they may be like an old soul. They could be just an old soul who has been through so many experiences in their past lives, in their current life, and they have so many stories to tell and wisdom to share. They could be somebody that's either famous or they are well known for what it is they do for a living in some form. They get that reward and recognition. People know who they are. They are a known person, either a known person to you, but I think in their community, even further afield than that potentially, but they're certainly known for their talents, their wisdom that they've imparted for people. They could even be doing this online. They could be doing it right here on YouTube. Who even knows? But they want to settle down with you. Whether you've even met or not, I'm going to go back to this point in a moment where I said I think they've come to you, but whether you've actually met or not, when they do meet you, they want to settle down with you. They want to have the traditional, let's get married and have 2 kids. Whether or not they're old or not, it doesn't matter. They want that traditional home life balance. They may want you to be quite traditional in your role, said whether they are a man or a woman. They like the traditional male-female roles within the home and work. They're definitely a provider, and they got plenty of money. I'm seeing that. They definitely have wealth that they have accumulated over the years, or they could have recently had an inheritance that they're living off, or that is attributing to their wealth and finances and their abundance. But with the Page of Cups here, I feel like they either have tried to offer you something, they've tried to ask you out and you've rejected them, and they're now feeling quite insecure, or they're already feeling insecure, like you're too good for them. They see you as quite intimidating, even though that they're this strong, wise, affluent, well-known person. They're intimidated by you, and they just, it's like they're stumped and they don't know what to do. And they're reverting to a place of fear. They have a lot of fear, and I think they're usually very confident, but this situation with you has or will throw them. And they're not really sure what to do. But it is going to happen. All of this is going to turn around quite quickly. Remember, this is a timeless reading as well. So whenever you happen to watch this is when it will be for you. Okay, so again, accelerated motion, so that shows that things will be moving quickly. There's a period of wait, patience, and the waiting game. So there is going to be a period of stagnation, but there is hope and light at the end of the tunnel, and there's certainly action that will be taken. So I think it's still going to be a bit of time. They've got to muster up the strength and the courage to ask you out. They will want to achieve goals together. They want to bring you in, whether it's in the business or something, that they really want to incorporate you into their life, and that so you can both grow together. And they're also, even though they're very, very wise, well, actually, because they're very, very wise, is they want to also learn from you. They have that want and desire to learn from others, rather than thinking that they know it all, because they know they don't know it all. They know a lot, but they don't know it all. And bringing you into the mix will shake things up quite a lot for them. I think that they can have a bit of a temper. They can be quite fiery, loose with their words, maybe a bit temperamental. They're feeling maybe overwhelmed at this point, a little bit overwhelmed. They could be a bit of an attention seeker as well. They may be trying to get your attention at this time. You may be noticing on social media, or in whatever shape or form that might take, you might notice them being, maybe they're trying too hard and it's putting you off. And you're like, looking at them like, nah, you're all right, mate. And bless them, they're just reverting, like they're going into like a shell-like state, and they're feeling like they've got no confidence left. Like, what do you want? What do you want? What more can I give you? What more can I offer you? So whether this, you might not be in the right place to receive, and clearly not. If you haven't received it, if you've rejected them already, it wasn't the right time for you. But it might be a time to, if you know who I'm talking about already, to just maybe take some time to sit back and evaluate this person and realize whether you could be happy with them. Could you be attracted to them? Could you be happy in the life that you two could have together? Whoever comes together with this person, and this is your next partner, by the way, but I'm just saying, whoever comes together with this person is going to have a stable, secure, loyal person that is going to stick with them, wants to bring them in to their life, a full steam ahead, and share and grow together, experience life, travel maybe. Just be aware, this person could be a little bit overbearing, maybe even a little self-righteous at times. They are willing to open up and listen to others, but sometimes they could be quite stubborn in their way, set in their ways, and they're like, no, I'm sticking to what I know. And that can actually have a negative effect on them because they're not willing to try to approach you again anytime soon. Especially so if this person has approached you and you've rejected them, you're going to have to give them time to sort of recuperate and build up their esteem again because they've had a real knock. But they need to work through that on their own. Working through rejection is important that they do. If you haven't met them yet, just be open. If somebody asks you out on a date, especially if this person embodies these qualities, I would never say do or don't do anything. All I'm saying is just be aware. Be aware of the offers that come in. Try and look at them objectively. And what is it that you want from a relationship? If you want stable, secure, happy, and affluent and traditional, conventional life, then this may be the person for you. Like I said, this is your next partner, so it doesn't mean it's necessarily the person you're going to marry, but this is definitely the person that's going to come into your life. But will you fully accept them for who they are? Only you can know that, pile number 4. Okay, thank you so much for watching pile number 4 and taking part in this pick a card reading today. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, or share it with your friends. It's sometimes just a little bit of fun. Why not? Enjoy our labs. And subscribe to my channel also if you enjoyed. I appreciate all support that people have given me over the last few weeks that I've been posting to YouTube. I really do appreciate it, and I love you all so much. You take care now.